AITA for giving my mill a fake copy of my house key and exposing her on Christmas dinner? I want to preface this by saying that IF34 married my husband M37 a year ago. His mom is snoopy and annoying AF. She can't help it, that is just how she is, as my dear-in-laws say. My husband and I purchased a new house recently. My mill kept pushing to get an emergency key. She promised that she only use it in an emergency, but giving the fact that she had an emergency key to our old apartment and walked in on us being intimate twice. But my husband didn't think it was big deal. I just couldn't trust her, so I just sent her a fake key. After she kept pushing, and she had a smug on her face after I hand-delivered it to her. Days gone by, and on Christmas dinner Mill angrily called me out on the fact I gave her a fake copy of the house key. She shamed me for doing this in front of everyone, but in my defensive I asked her how she found out. And she said days ago when she came over at 4 while my husband and were out. I reminded her, didn't you promise you wouldn't use it unless there's an emergency? So you tried to get in when there was no emergency, and you broke the promise you made to us. She looked red in the face, and the other family started staring, and some even laughed at her for the face she made. She suddenly got up from her seat and rushed into the kitchen, where she had a huge meltdown so loud the next door neighbors must have heard. Literally, I've never heard a 60-plus-year-old woman throw a tantrum like that. Needless to say, dinner went awkward, and my husband and his sister were giving me looks. My husband went off on me in the car and said I lied and manipulated and humiliated and exposed his mom, and said he wouldn't have let me get away with it had he known. We had an argument, and he is demanding I apologize to his mom for my childish behavior and for ruining Christmas dinner for the whole family. AITA? AITA. So this went off unexpectedly, and I thought I'd show my husband some pretty helpful comments I found here minutes ago, but he got mad at me when he saw it and said I was nuts to talk about his family online. He demanded my phone so he could delete it, but I refused, and I went upstairs and into the bedroom. I never seen him so agitated, and I didn't think he'd react like that, honestly. But thank you guys for your support. It really means so much. I'll update if I can. Thanks again. NTA. You did expose his mom. And rightfully so. She needed to be exposed. Your husband is out of his mind for enabling and encouraging his mom's demented behavior. Mill and husband are major ahs. NTA. Sounds like everyone only turned on you because Mill made too much of a scene for it to continue being funny. So they made you the bad guy for causing her to have a tantrum, instead of holding her accountable for her actions. Both the snooping and the tantrum. NTA. But your husband seems to have no problem of you being humiliated and shamed in front of people. He seems to have no regards to your need of privacy and dignity. NTA. 1. You never owed her a key. 2. She proved she isn't trustworthy. 3. She's the one who decided to bring it up in front of other people. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. 4. Who is childish? A kid 1/10 of her age would have been embarrassed throwing tantrums like that. 5. Your husband is an ah for not 100% having your back. He should never allow his family to cause a single problem for you. And defiantly shouldn't expect you to be a doormat to his just no mom. Do not apologize. Demand an apology from your mill and this useless husband of yours. I recommend the sub Just Normal. By the way, you can find relatable stories and helpful info there. NTA. But you also have a husband problem. He wouldn't let you get away with it? I don't say this often, but that's a huge red flag, and you need to ask him what he means by that. He doesn't own or control you, and it sounds like she needs to be shown that she doesn't control you or your home. She can't just show up whenever she wants, and the fact that a grown woman walked into that very obvious trap means she doesn't consider you a real person, but the equivalent of a maid that she can boss around. NTA. NTA. Great creative way to catch Mill on her bullshit. But sadly, you do not have a Mill problem. You have a husband problem, as he's enabling his mom doing this instead of enforcing firm boundaries. NTA. Do not apologize to this lying, conniving woman. How dare your husband blame you? Why is everyone glossing over the fact this woman tried to walk in uninvited and broke her promise? She doesn't deserve a key or an apology. I'm sorry for you being stuck with this bunch enablers. You deserve better. First off, it's not cool your husband does not have your back on this. Secondly, you didn't ruin Christmas dinner. Your Snoopy Mill did with her accusation and subsequent meltdown. Thirdly, you are my kind of people. That was a masterclass level plan. You are not an awe. Please tell your husband that he and Mill take those honors. NTA. If she had kept her promise, and if she were a better person, she would have just had a warm, cozy feeling that you trusted her with a house key. Weird that your husband is calling you out on lying and being manipulative when that's what his mom has been doing all along. NTA. An emergency key is for emergencies. You knew that your Mill wouldn't respect that. Not to mention the fact that she was trying to embarrass you by bringing it up at dinner. Sounds to me like hubby needs to cut the apron strings and stand up to his mother. NTA. She's a liar, and don't apologize. NTA. I'd rethink my marriage if my husband put his mother over me. NTA. Your husband is enabling your Mill, though. NTA. You knew you couldn't trust her, so you gave her a key to shut her up, and then instead of being quiet about it after she tried to get in, she exposed herself for being a snoop. I refused point blank to give my dad a key to my house when I got married because I knew damn well he would come up and snoop when I wasn't home. Fortunately for once, he took no for an answer. Your Mill should have done too. It's a shame your husband is not on your side. But your Mill really did do this to herself. NTA. At all. The fact that you're dealing with this is utter BS. You Mill is so out of line for invading your privacy. Calling you out in front of everyone. Throwing a tantrum. Holy smokes. There are so many red flags here. I really hope she doesn't cause your marriage to suffer. I feel like that's where you're headed. From someone who's married into this same dynamic. My girl. NTA. Oh. To give you a glimpse. My husband thought your husband is right in feeling bad about you posting this on the internet. Go figure. NTA. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Your Mill was hoisted by her own petard. However, your husband's reaction is somewhat problematic. I can understand his initial reaction, but after a period of reflection he should have realized why you did what you did. I have only one question. What would you have done if there was a genuine emergency? LMAO. No. Good move on your part. NTA at all. Your Mill is a weirdo and needs to learn boundaries. Ask your husband if he liked her walking in on you having sex. If the answer is no, then he shouldn't have a problem with what you did. You're preventing that from ever happening again. NTA. She sounds like a horrible, controlling person.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.